there's two that kind of go similarities. They're short. This was before Nicole and you, I heard about you talked about writing dreams down. So this was like, I don't have a lot of details. It's kind of like off the cusp, but so in general, the first one was it was like me rushing to get to, I guess kind of an airplane, but it was like a very futuristic, like kind of jet meets submarine. Like it wasn't a generic airplane. And it was like the very like urgency, like you're almost missing your flight type thing, but like running to it. And then it wasn't a normal airplane inside. It was just kind of like almost like an army plane, I guess, like with like no seats or whatever. Then once I was there, and then we were going to different stops. I don't remember where. So that was the first one, kind of, that's it. And then the second one was same type urgency where I was running, like almost in like a subway station, but going down the escalator and then into like rushing in to try to get into, and everyone was rushing, trying to get into like a cement type city that was blocked, and like it was like the gates and you couldn't get in, and so it was like the urgency of trying to get in, everyone was trying to find a way to get in, and I was actually with my brother-in-law randomly, so yeah, so that, and then I don't remember if I got in or not. I think I might have woke up before, I don't know, but so that is kind of all that I remember.
Wow.
Yeah, weird, right?
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Army guy, that one's for you.
Clearly. Okay, so you're rushing. So there's an urgency to get into this futuristic plane. So this is a plane that's in your future. The fact that it's a military plane, it's not a civilian one, indicates that this is, even though it's just making stops that you see, this is a spiritual warfare plane. You're going to be doing war in the heavenlies with this thing. Don't know how much you're going to do. You're going to make a couple stops, and obviously there's missions that you're doing at each stop. But the urgency is, kind of like there's an urgency to share the gospel. There's an urgency for whatever mission God's got for you. So when that futuristic plane comes along, jump on it. Don't hesitate. Just go.
Okay.
Then you go. So we're going back to the planes, trains, and subways. So this is the airplane. So you got the air, the fighting the principalities and the powers of the air. So put on the full complement of the gospel armor every day. Armor up, because you're in war. You're in the fight. Urgency again to go down into the subway is kind of interesting. We had a couple elevators today, and the escalator and a helicopter. Well, escalator is a type of, goes up and down, but you're going down in this case. You're going down into the subway where you're going to find the detailed, the depths of meanings of things, I think. Now, this is where you find the depths of God. I think it's Psalm says, deep calls to deep at the sound of your waterfall. And I think this is the depth of you crying out to the depth of God, and he's allowing you down there. The cement city type is some sort of cement city down there in the ground.
Yeah, like it was like the escalator was going to, like, instead of a subway being down there, it was like a big
city
that like almost not like heaven in the sense of like the gold and pearls gates, but it was like that like, because I was like, oh, am I not going to get into heaven? Like it was one of those where I'm like, that's the kind of urgency that I got, in the sense of like you couldn't get in, but it was like a big like cement city that everyone was trying to get in and nobody could, or only few could.
Yeah, it's interesting that it was cement and not stone or some other material.
So it didn't look like heaven. It didn't look anything like that. It was just that, like what I woke up thinking, but it wasn't indicative look wise.
I hear bunker, this is like a nuclear fallout shelter.
Yeah, that's more of what it looked like.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of like beware the coming apocalypse, be prepared. There's
Yeah.
a lot of, there's a lot of, there is apocalyptic language out there. We know Armageddon and all the ending is coming at some point. And like everything else in the Bible, there's an urgency to be prepared. If you knew when the thief was coming in the middle of the night, you'd be prepared. Mm-hmm. And so be prepared at all times. And it's interesting that you're with your brother-in-law.
Yeah.
It's a semi-familial member that you're with.
Mm-hmm. And we're close, but we actually just moved from California, where my whole family is. Mm-hmm. My family, my husband and my 3 young kids just moved to Tennessee. So I don't know if that has any, and my family's back in California still.
Interesting.
So I don't know if that has anything of relevance, but.
Yeah. The fact that you're with your brother-in-law is kind of interesting. I just think you're not without a partner in this, and it's somebody close, like a brother-in-law, or mm-hmm. close like a brother. Do you have a brother by any chance?
Yeah, but we're not as close as my brother-in-law.
He's close. Your brother-in-law is close like a brother that your brother isn't. Got it. Okay. So I'd say, this is looking for there's going to be somebody like a brother who's going to come alongside you and run with you in your destiny, wherever you're going. And it looks like you're on the military side of things. The focusing on, I don't know if have a bent at intercessory prayer or whether you're called as an intercessor, but it kind of seems like it's something like that. Don't know if that resonates with you, but John, what did you get out of this?
Yeah.
Well, I think, going down represents getting down, as you said, to the foundation of things, the base of things, finding out what's really there. Obviously, the idea of the plane represents, I like what you said about futuristic or being in your future, but also the idea of seeing a further distance. But that was pretty much what I got. I think a lot of it was similar to what you got, Neil. So what do you feel like the actionable intelligence is?
Say that again.
What do you feel like the actionable intelligence is for Brooke?
I think it's you're going to be on a different path, a different destiny than you're already on right now, and it's going to be a rapid transition. It's in the future, but it doesn't say how futuristic it is because technology is changing rather rapidly. But it's figurative. It's a figurative futuristic plane, and it's futuristic yet it's still military. And those are we already have those. Just so you know, those things like what you described already exist.
Okay.
So you're going to be. I'm not saying you're going on any of these things, but it's your destiny is linked to the military, at least the church militant, and it's coming. It's sooner than you think. And that's what the urgency is about. All these things, this technology in the real life exists as it is right now. And so you can get on it, even though it seems like it's in the future. Does that make any sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Future is now. And you're going to get to the bottom. You're going to get to the depths of understanding about what your mission is. And you're going to have a partner in that who's like a brother. So find the brother, and the mission will come close after that.
Would the brother-in-law be like could that be?
It's possible.
Because I have a husband. So would it be like that could indicate my husband, or would it be or would it be someone like my brother?
My thought is pray about it. Let God reveal who it is to you.
Okay.
Let him really speak to you on that one.
Okay.
Because it would be great if it was your husband.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the question is, why did God use your brother-in-law as the symbol and not your husband?
Yeah. Interesting.
So you got to ask that question.
Okay.